Number one, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join me and learn about all things creative, how to make your life the life that you want to live. Instead of letting other people put their life dictations on you, thank you for joining me and helping us figure out how to make a creative and beautiful life. For those of you that have been around for a while, you know that one of my dreams is to write a book someday. I had an idea to share with you guys, Snippets From My Soul. Now, that's not what the book is going to be called, but I am going to do one live a week. This is going to be the first one for the next 14 weeks, okay? I'm going to give you 14 snippets from the book and kind of talk you through them and give you some ideas and suggestions to maybe help improve that area of your life if it's something that you're struggling. Welcome to day one, week one, and this one is titled Your God-Given Gifts and How to Stop Ignoring Them. Okay? I know you've heard it before. We are all born with gifts. Your gifts are what make you unique. These are the talents that you bring to the world that no one else can. The gifts of many people is what makes the world a beautiful place. Only through knowing and living in your gifts are you able to be fully satisfied in life. Now, many of you ladies, fellas, if you guys are here, you don't know what those God-given gifts are that have been put upon you, put inside of you. And so much of our lives can be sent struggling because we don't know what those are. I am going to preface this entire series by saying I'm a Christian. I could be a better Christian. Okay, I don't go to church nearly as often as I should. I do not have any formal training in what I share with you guys and what my book will be helping you guys along your path with. That is simply sharing with you from my experiences, okay? I'm not a trained psychiatrist. I'm not a trained anything like that, okay? I share with you guys things from my heart and things that I've learned through life and will continue learning, okay? So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why we ignore our gifts. You may see yourself in one of these. You may see yourself in several of these. Here are 5 reasons about why we ignore our God-given gifts. We fear that the calling will be too difficult, okay? I know that I've done that, even as a business owner, and I'm like, I've had no formal training to be a business owner. I'm just doing it flying by the seat of my pants. And although that I've had a success, some of the things are very scary. Like, is this too difficult for me? Am I stepping into waters that I'm gonna drown in? Okay, that is totally a thing. Number 2, we have a disbelief in our own ability to do it fully. Okay, that kind of goes with the first one, it being too difficult. So am I gonna be able to do this? Am I gonna be able to fulfill it to completion, okay, the way that it's supposed to, or am I gonna fail? Number 3, we feel that we are too small to make a difference. And this goes with the quote, somewhat of a quote, small hinges, big doors. Okay, it takes a very small hinge to open a big door. You have a purpose in this world, and I want you to get that gone, that you are too small to make a difference, okay? Maybe your difference, maybe you are a mom right now and you are chasing toddlers around the house and you have me on headphones right now, or you're watching this later and when you just have 5 minutes before you go to bed. No matter what it is, you are making a difference in your home. Nothing that you do is too small. No magnitude of the influence you have is too small, okay? Just understand that, okay? Some people think, oh, well, I'm not going to make a difference in tons of people's lives, so what does this matter? It does matter, because number 1, you have littles watching you, or you have a spouse watching you, or you have friends watching you. And number two, it's going to make a difference in your own life. And that is really what matters, because you are fulfilling the gift that God put in you. And really all that matters is the difference that it's making in your life. Number four, we become distracted by the ideas of others. This is huge. This is comparison. This is letting everybody distract us with what they think we should be doing, or how we should be living, or what we should be preaching, and all of those things. So we ignore our gifts because we just simply get distracted by others. And number five, we feel we are too uninformed. Like I said, when I started this, I do not have any formal training in what I do. Okay? I don't. I have a gift, and I have embraced that, and I am learning along the way, and that is the best thing that we can do in life, is just learn along the way. So by ignoring your gifts, we begin to feel concrete consequences that manifest in illnesses, failing relationships, unhappiness in work, depression, and trouble focusing. So if any of those things are happening to you, like I said, not always, because there are other things that contribute to illness, depression, and things like that. If you're feeling those things, then you need to really take a step back and look inside of you and say, okay, what is going on? Why is this happening in my life? Is there a talent or a gift in me, or a purpose that I am not fulfilling that has been put in me? So when the universe knocks, if you don't answer, it will knock harder. If there is something that you have in you, that God has put in you, and you continue ignoring it, he is going to knock harder and harder and harder and harder until you understand what he is trying, the path that he is trying to put you on. And it's going to be hard to see sometimes, but it's always going to be there, always going to be there. When you start accepting and working with your gifts, your symptoms and anxieties will fade and be replaced by opportunities. And that is so true. That has been evident in my life. And I've had to humble myself and really get quiet with myself and think about the things that God wanted me to do, where he wanted to lead me. And it wasn't always what I thought I needed to do or where I thought I needed to go. So most of the reasons we ignore our God-given gifts is because of fear. Fear is a very selfish emotion. We are protecting ourselves when we're fearful from things that we think are going to happen. We protect ourselves from failure that we think is going to happen. Just because I share these things with you, you guys still have to put in the work, okay? You can listen and you can soak in all the goodness that I bring you or someone else brings you. God puts things in our path that we just didn't know we need sometimes, and this may have popped up on your feed and you're like, I really needed this today. I'm glad it spoke to you. And that is the thing, that this may not speak to anyone else here, but if it spoke to you, then it's going to make a difference. Okay. And that's why I did this. It's not going to reach all of you guys. It's not going to speak to the 18,000 people that I have on this page, but for the people that it needs to hit today, that's what it's going to do. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I continue showing up for you guys. Okay. And this is why I'm bringing you something new on this page. Again, fear is a selfish emotion and something that we use to protect ourselves when it's not really always good. Fear means that you are worried about what I can do or how I can succeed instead of thinking about others. Now, you all know that we should obviously work on ourselves, but we should love others as well. And if you're not working on yourself and you're constantly loving others and doing that, there is a disconnect, okay? And then on the opposite side, if you are only thinking about how you can succeed and how you can do this and how you can do that, and you're not putting some thought and stock in what other people need from you, then you're going to also feel this. You need to think about others and how you can serve them. Your serving of others is going to help you grow in your God-given talents. And I know that seems a little bit weird sometimes. How am I doing this by serving others? But the more that you're able to serve others, the more you are going to feel fulfilled in yourself. Fear makes you think internally about what you can't offer, and when you shift your thinking off of you, your fear will naturally fall away, for the most part, okay? Fear is also a protection to keep us away from things that are gonna harm us and our family. You really have to think and figure out, okay, is this legitimate fear that something is I need to protect myself from, or is this a selfish fear? Okay, those are two very different things, two very different fears, and it's something that you're gonna have to work through and figure out yourself. And that just made me think I need to do a whole training on fear and recognizing legitimate fear and selfish fear. I need to do that. Okay, so here are 8 keys to owning your gifts. Okay, I'm gonna read through these, give you some of my thoughts on them, and then I'm gonna end with a question for you guys to help you think through some of your process. If you want to take my questions and write in the comments, if you are comfortable sharing. If you guys want, when I get to the journaling section, if you want to write it here, just a couple questions that you can give your answers to. When you are able to share them in comments on a forum like this, it kind of makes you hold yourself a little bit more accountable, because you're like, oh gosh, I put that out there. Now I have to do that. You obviously don't have to. You don't have to type anything here. But if you do, then it does help push you along the path to fulfilling those passions that you have and helping you grow into the person that you are supposed to be. So here is 8 keys to owning your gifts when you're struggling to know what your gifts are and how to stop ignoring them. So number 1, stop doing what is easy and do what is impactful. Think about that. The easy things are just that, easy. But easy things can also take you away and distract you from doing things that are impactful. I don't do things like this very often on this page because they're not easy. I'm asking you guys to look inside yourself and become a better person for yourself, your family, the world around you, your friends. And it's going to be more impactful, and it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy for me to come on and share parts of myself with you, but in doing that, it is more impactful because you know you're not alone. Okay, you know that, you know what, I have depression. Okay, I've struggled with it. I mean, it's a thing. I have committed sins that I don't want to tell you guys all about because I know that you guys would judge me. But in doing that and sharing those things with you, it's not easy, but it's more impactful. So everyone can do the easy. It's time to start thinking about what will have a positive impact to those around you, which in turn will have a positive impact in our lives. Granted, you will have days that activities that you do will tend to be monotonous and not get you anywhere. But focus on doing something, one thing, that will make an impact toward your goals or your gifts that you have been given. Okay, so that's number 1. Stop doing what is easy and do what is impactful. Number 2, plan for your calling. You guys, no success comes without a plan. And I know that you may be thinking, well, how am I supposed to plan for something when I don't even know what that something is? Okay, if you've never written it down, start small. Start small with what today is. Start small with something that you feel is on your heart today and work towards that. Because my gifts that I've been given, I'm working on those daily and I am bringing those to the world daily, but I don't know what that looks like in 5 years. I never ever would have imagined that I would be here today 10 years ago. So start small. Plan this week, then move to next month, then move to the year. So go online and use the many free resources to figure out what your gift is and start planning your happiness. You guys, your happiness is up to you. Okay? No one is going to make you happy. It is up to you, and it is up to you to fulfill that in the way that God has planned for you. Number 3, collect the resources. Use me. There are other people in this world that are there to help you achieve your goals. Someone's gifts of being a good money manager may help you when that is clearly not your gift. Okay, I've had to step up a lot in that area, especially being a business owner, because managing money was not a gift of mine. And so I have had to take the gifts of other people and put them in my life to help me grow in that area, because even though that wasn't my gift is this. But growing in this area is going to help this get higher and higher and grow faster and further. Okay, so you won't be able to harness all of your gifts of the world, and so it is up to you to collect knowledge and resources from others where they excel and you don't. You're not going to be perfect in every area of your life. It's a fact. No one person in this world is perfect in every area of your life. So you need to glean information and training and all of that you can from people that are proficient in where you fail and where you want to succeed more. Number 4, we talked about this a little bit, let go of fear. Remember, it is a selfish emotion. Success lies on the other side of every fear you have, and fear will be a roadblock every single time. So number 5, be open. The path that you think is made for you may suddenly change, and you need to be open to change. So sometimes we're on a path that we think is where we're supposed to be going, and then something comes along and we don't recognize always that there's a fork in the road on which way to go. And so we really need to be flexible and open to change. Your path is not always the right path. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Your path is not always the right path, even when you think it feels like the right path. So you have to be open every day to recognizing the things around you, because they may be pushing you and prodding you on a different path, and it's only to help you grow and get better. On the same token, or it may be the right path for a time being, and now it's time to go a different way. Staying open to the road ahead of you means you will travel further. You may be on this path on your life, and you have a fork in the road, and you're like, this is the safe way. This is the way I'm gonna go, it's safe. And this is the way that life is prodding you to go, but you're fearful, okay? You're selfish, you wanna stay safe. Okay, so you go over to this road, but it ends right here. And you don't see that, but it's a dead end right here. But then when you let go of that fear, and you're like, okay, this is uncomfortable and this feels a little different, but I'm gonna lean into it, and I'm gonna trust that you're still making the right decisions. So then you go this way, and this one is what is going to take you further. You didn't realize that this one was a dead end. Stay open to the changes that are put in front of you. Number 6, lose track of time. This is gonna seem a little bit out of the ordinary, but take some time each day and just zone out. It's okay. These are the times that we do the most internal reflection, so take some time each day to zone out. Reading a book that isn't related to anything of growth to you in the area of your dreams. Read a funny book. Just take some time to disconnect from the world and zone out, okay? Whatever that looks like for you. Take some time to just enjoy what the world has to offer and unplug. That one is gonna be huge. We are plugged in entirely too much. I am guilty of that. I really need to work on number 6, because I have a passion with bringing you guys things that help you improve your home, improve your life, improve your friendships, improve your personal well-being. And it's just a huge passion of mine. And so it's really hard to unplug. I want to continually bring goodness to you. But in order to do that, I have to work on this one. Okay, so I have to unplug. I have to do things that aren't related at all to anything of me growing. Okay, unplug. Number 7, listen to others. If you don't know what your gifts are, listen to others, because they're going to tell you. They're going to show you. For years, I created for people, I still do. And everyone was amazed at the beauty that I brought to pieces. And I was like, everyone can do this, and didn't realize that I truly had a gift and a talent. I really struggled in this area because I was like, I don't have any formal training to teach people how to decorate their homes. I don't have any formal art training to teach people how to paint this or create that or build this or make that. I don't have any formal training. This one was really hard for me because I had to say, you know what? It doesn't matter that I didn't have any formal training. I have been given that gift, and not everybody can do what I do. And that doesn't make me boastful. I had to humble myself to realize, okay, Beth, it's okay to share this with the world, even though you've never had any professional training at all. Okay? When others praise you, be humble and accepting that you may have a gift that you don't see, but others do. Often enough, others see it, but you don't. Okay? So open yourself to that. If other people are prodding you and you're just letting that fear, once again, dictate what you do and don't do today, you need to humble yourself and listen to what other people are telling you. We're almost done here, okay? Number 8, listen to the dissatisfaction. If you are unhappy with your life, whether it be personal, relational, or career, listen. Your unhappiness is a clear indicator that you are not working with your gifts. And on the first page, when I shared with you when you're not working with your gifts, it will manifest in illness, failing relationships, unhappiness to work, depression, and trouble focusing. That's what that means. Okay, so listen to the dissatisfaction that is showing up in your life. Maybe troubled relationships, maybe troubled friendships, and maybe just internal things. Maybe you're struggling with depression, or maybe you're struggling with an illness that could easily go away if you just start listening to what your gifts are and working towards those. Here's what I want to leave you with: one quote. Happiness is a side effect of being in alignment with your gifts. I'm going to say that again. I want you to type that in the comments right now. Happiness is a side effect of being in alignment with your gifts. Okay? Let me know you hear that. Because that is something that we really, really need to think about. When we are unhappy in our life, there are things that we are supposed to be bringing to this world that we are not working through and bringing to fruition. Now, granted, there are a lot of other things that can bring unhappiness to your life, even when you are bringing your gifts to the world. But I just want you to understand that if you are really struggling with unhappiness and you are not seeing where it is coming from, happiness is the side effect from being in alignment with your gifts. Okay? Here's your journal question for the week. I really want you to take this week and think about it. Take some time to reflect on what your dream of your happy life looks like. So take some time to dream about what that is. What does that girl have that you don't? Okay, think about that. If you are in alignment and you are happy, that is absolutely amazing, Shauna. I love hearing that. I am too. I believe I am in alignment with my gifts and what I'm bringing to the world, and I am happy with that. One more time, repeat that. Happiness is the side effect of being in alignment with your gifts. Okay? And these are the God-given gifts that we're talking about that you bring to the world. Your purpose in this world. Your journaling for this coming week is to think about, reflect on your dream of what that happy life looks like. What does that girl in that dream, what is she doing? What does she look like? Okay? What path is she on? What does that girl, that boy, whatever, bring to the world? So when you can think of yourself at the end of the day, at the end of your month, at the end of your life, if you can think about what you want that girl to look like and what she has brought to the world, what is that? And that is what you focus on today. When I am unhappy, I do one of a few things. I either look internally to figure out what maybe I'm doing to contribute to that unhappiness. I look at the people that I'm surrounded by, because even though you may be on a path and you are doing everything that you can in your life, sometimes the people around you are bringing unhappiness and putting it upon you. And we're actually going to talk about that in a future training. Just give you the titles of each of the sessions that we're going to do if you guys choose to join me for the next 14 weeks. Leave your email if you want to make sure you're on my email list, and I will make sure that you get these handouts. Today was your God-given gifts and how to stop ignoring them. They will probably be in the order that I tell you. So next week will probably be this one, unless something is just on my mind and I feel called to teach you a different handout. Okay, the next one is One Day Matters and how simple daily behaviors for clarity. So that's a good one. That's going to be a good one for you guys. Creating your roadmap so you can enjoy your journey. These are all things. Finding your passion and ignoring the lies. Now that one is going to come really in line with this one, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper. I have some different journaling questions for you. Identifying your passion and why you must pursue it. Finding the courage to be your own guide. Filling your bucket so you can be of service to others. You gotta have your bucket full before you can start filling other buckets. How to make wise decisions and what to do when you don't know what to do. Because we all come across that. We're like, okay, I don't know what to do right now, and I need some help getting there. So that one is going to help you with that. Big doors swing on small hinges. We kind of touched on that today. Loving the unlovable and using them to grow us. There's a few more. Like I said, this is going to go for 14 weeks, and we're going to just take it slow. I'm not going to bombard you with multiple ones of these a week, and so I'm just going to share one of these a week with you, and you guys can take it as you see fit to implement into your life. Learning to say no and how to feel good about it. That is going to be a big one. Many of the times if you say no, we don't feel good about it. Building your inner circle and who you hang out with matters. That's a big one. That one has shifted a lot for me the past few years. Boundaries and how to stop ignoring your inner voice. And the last one is empowerment and harnessing your phoenix. These are snippets from a book that I have a dream of putting out into the world someday. And since that's probably not going to happen anytime soon, because I have the hardest time getting my thoughts organized and in a format that would be a book that you would want to read, because right now it would be all over. I just thought it would be good to bring this to you in a little bit simpler format, and then hopefully tease you guys for a book that will come out someday. So thank you guys for joining me for Snippets from My Soul. That's what we're going to call this little series, Snippets from My Soul. I hope that some of what I share with you guys will impart some wisdom and peace in you when I share these things with you, okay? That is my wish. Thank you, ladies, for being here. If this spoke to you and you want to impart this wisdom to a friend of yours or a family member of yours, then let them know about this video, okay? Let them know, invite them to come over and join us here so that they can see what we have going on and learn and grow from each other. Much love, ladies. I will see you next week for Snippets from My Soul. Thank you. Love you guys.